Hi, my name is Brett Thomas. Some of you know me as Water Scout, and I wanted to do a quick video and show you guys what I'm doing for solar. I race in the Everglades Challenge, and it's starting to get to be that time of year where new folks are coming on the scene. They're wanting to know what should they do for solar, and many people are making comments, sending photos. I figured it's easier just to do a video. That way you get a little more explanation. I'm in a Hobie tandem island. 18-foot. It's a trimaran. It's a polyethylene hull. It's got a mast on it, and it's got trampolines in between each of the hulls there. So I take a 50-watt Renogy panel on the left-hand side there. And I can throw that out on the trampoline. It's flexible. I put it on top of my gear. I can face it to get the most amount of sun, and I can bungee it down or use carabiners. 50-watt panel is what that is. In the middle, that is an LIPO, Amazon, Harbor Freight, eBay, something or other. That's a 20-watt panel. That's good for just charging your batteries. Doesn't really have enough power to run my electronics. I've got a Garmin 44CV. I like it because it's got the blue charts. I can do navigation. I can do depth. I've got the upgraded sonar on it, so I can tell how deep my my water is. It doesn't pull a whole lot of power, but the 20 watts panel just doesn't cut it. So the brains of the operation here, that is a Renogy Wanderer 10 amp panel, and I like this particular one. I'm on my second controller. The first one had some issues. They warrantied it out. This one here I've had for 2 or 3 years. It has worked awesome. It's easy to set up because it tells you left hand side's your panel, middle goes out to your battery, right side is for your whatever you're running, your load going out. You have the ability to stop power from coming out of your controller here and just go into the battery. You can't run solar without a battery. It'll tell you hook your battery to the controller first, then hook up your solar, your panel. And this particular one, I like it because it'll go through PV. It tells you how many watts and amps it's getting, how much sun it's getting. It'll tell you what the life of your battery there, 13.1. It'll tell you how many amps are pushing out into your device. And it'll also, 15, that's just the code you use for the load. And I always leave the instruction manual in there, so if I forget what something means, I've got it on there. I do have fuses in there, so I can see everything. So I do have these glands on the side here, waterproof glands. You can get them on Amazon, eBay, electronics stores. I got these particular ones from Mahi Joe. He also races a tandem island. So when you do this, you're going to want to cut the holes to the right size to the threads and screw those in, and then run your wires through there, and it's a compression fitting. That's what makes it waterproof. And then once you've got your wires in, then you're going to terminate your ends right here. Male, female, positive, negative. You'll terminate your ends. I have 3 of them. One of them is positive, one of them's negative. The other one is my power out. And I bought a longer cable for my particular Garmin device. What I like is on this particular device, it tells me my battery life. So 13 volts. This is on a demo mode. I'm not really in 25 feet of water in my garage right now. But I can look at that and I can see what the battery life is. If I see that battery's going down, then I know I might have a problem with my solar. Might be something wrong. Controller might not be working. It's got to be working to a certain extent because it's sitting in between the battery and the actual piece of electronic. Lithium iron battery, half the weight of a lead acid battery. And I also leave a little screwdriver in there. It can work on, take this apart. You can fix your glasses, pry bar, whatever. I did carve out a little pocket right here so I can put some extras in there. If you happen to be near some shore power, you get the opportunity to charge your battery. I've got a small one here. It's a smart charger. It'll go green right here when it's ready. I have a different connection where I can plug it onto here, and it's got extra connectors where I can connect up another cigarette lighter, but also 2 USB connections. So at night, you're in your tent, you don't want to take the whole box, you can just grab the battery, you can hook this up to it, and now I can charge my devices in there as well. I do also have, I was working on a project in my truck, I put LEDs in the bed of the truck. I can direct connect this to the battery, and now I've got a little bit of power in there as well. So right now I've actually got this white wire here, that's connected to my Garmin 86 SC here. So while you're underway, you can throw that in there. Your cell phone, close the cover, and you're now charging whatever your accessories are. It's waterproof. You don't have to worry about getting them wet. Kind of why I like the controller box to be right behind my seat, so I can just look back there and see what I've got going on with it. Now, when it comes to all of your wires here, you want to make sure that if you're using male is positive and female is negative, and no, that's not a male-female thing there. I just figured that out. You want to keep that going the same way all the way through. From the back of my boat to the trampolines could be 7 feet. So I have these extra wires. Notice I've got the connections in here. I can't mistake them. So my male is always going to go to female. Male is always going to go to female. I can't cross the wires. I can't reverse the polarity on my whole system. So make sure whatever you do, you have that commonality. You can't hook female to female. It won't work. I do have a separate box over here. Once again, Harbor Freight Special. It's a small little one. Just a straight up battery. That's it. Battery, it's got the waterproof gland on it. Only has one output because that's it. It's just straight power out. And then I've got a Garmin Striker 4 here. I seem to have a lot of Garmin products. And also I can see what my battery life is doing on that, so I know how long it goes. I don't know if I said before, but a 10 amp battery on a Garmin 44 CV, if you happen to be running that, it'll last you 16 hours. And I know that because that's how long it lasted me between Chuckaluski and Flamingo this last year before it finally died on me. I could tell I was having some solar problems. So that's it. That's what my getup is. It's pretty much based on Renogy products, and then whatever battery you want. Leave me a comment. Let me know, did you find this useful? What do you do? Let's learn from each other. Every so often I will post a new video about something that I'm doing. One of my next videos is going to be about the technology involved in rescues. It doesn't have to be just an adventure racing. It can be every day. I've got PLBs, I've got spots, the Garmin InReaches, and every one of these devices can be used for rescue, including the new iPhone, I think 14 above, will also have a rescue component. That does not replace a Spot, a Garmin InReach, a Zoleo, or any other of the flavors of rescue devices. My day job is inside a 911 center. We get occasionally a PLB will be activated. We'll get some kind of notification from the Coast Guard or from the Air Force. And I want to give you some knowledge about what goes on in a rescue and what devices can you carry that can make you more rescuable. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.